Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to True Telos Trading. Today is December 3rd. We actually had an A plus quality stock pop up today. It scored a 10 on our True Telos Trading grading scale, but we are red on that stock today. I'm wondering what's kind of going on. I'm on these stocks that are B's and F's. I'm actually scoring a little bit of profit per share, but lately these stocks that are popping up that meet my True Telos Trading grading scale, I'm not getting a good profit on those stocks. And on this one, it had been moving up the entire day, but it didn't match my scale until it actually got to the point where I traded it, and it did not go the way I wanted to. It actually fell over. So let's go ahead and get into that stock of today to see how we traded it. The stock that we traded this morning, the ticker was VRAX. Today's date again is December 3rd, 2025. The stock had breaking news this morning. If I can get into the gist of that news. Its CEO had published a positive shareholder letter. This is what led to that stock popping up as it did. This gets a +3. The float was below 10 million shares. It was approximately 4 million shares. So this gets a +2 here. It was trading just above the 200 MA. This is the main reason why I did not trade it in this earlier movement. And you will see it on the chart when we do pull up the stock chart. It made a pretty big move earlier before I actually traded it, but I kept myself from trading that stock because it did not meet this above the 200 moving average. So it was an 8. It was a B quality trade. And as I said, I want to try to remain consistent on trading stocks that are of A quality or higher. So again, it did not meet this criteria during the big move, but it did when I traded it. So this will get a +2. It was up over 100%, over 110% actually when I traded it this morning. This would be a +1. I bought this stock close to 94 cent, if not right at 94 cent. This would be a +1 because it's definitely below 10. It was the number one stock and still is right now the number one stock in the market this morning. This would get a +1. It is not at any all-time highs. This will be a +0. If we add all of these numbers together, this gives us a score of 10. And according to our True Telos Trading grading scale, a score of 10 makes this an A+ phenomenal stock. The strategy that I used, I wanted the stock to pull back a little bit so I can buy the dip, and that's what I attempted to do. It didn't work out today, so it is dip to resumption. I actually lost on this stock. If I can go back here and see, I think I lost like 4 or 5 cents per share. Let me go ahead and check. Yeah, I lost 5 cents per share on this stock. It was, like we said, it's a low price stock. It was under $1 when I bought it. Bought it at 94. It had actually went up to 101, and I bought the dip at 94 cents, and it did not resume higher. So this would be a negative 0.04 cent. And I was in this trade for a little bit under 2 minutes. So 60 to 120 seconds. Give me 1 second. I want everything to be on one page. So again, in this trade for under 120 seconds, I need to put a space right here where I can write the P&L of the trade today. We're actually negative $27.31. Not a super bad trade. Like I said, it is an A quality stock, so I was expecting that price to resume. But after we did not get that resumption, like we said, we don't want to be in these trades for too long. I learned from studying my analytics that If I am in a trade for more than that 2 minutes and it isn't going my way, and if the price is consistently dropping, then that is a losing trade, and I need to get out of it immediately. We followed our rules today, and the loss is pretty small, just like we said, negative $27.31. Let's go ahead and get into the chart to show, so I can show you how we traded this stock today. This is the stock that we traded this morning, VRAX. This is the move that I was telling you about. So I was sitting in my computer and I was looking at this giant move right here uh, from 55 cent all the way up here to 86 cent. This 86 mark was the 200 MA on the stock today. And since it did not match my True Telos trading grading scale at this time as an A quality stock. This is why I didn't trade it. And I'm sitting up here looking like the day that I choose to check to see if the stocks are of A quality is the day that I lose the trade on the stock that became A quality. So we know that the 200 MA on any stock is the most prominent sign that traders use as support and resistance on this stock. I was waiting for it to hold over this 200 MA. I was waiting for it to hold over the 200 MA and give me a strong pullback so that I could buy shares on this stock. Again, I didn't enter down here in this area because it did not match my True Telos trading grading scale as an A quality stock, even though we had a really good volume. We're sitting here like 1 million shares per candle. I should have hopped in that, but like I said, I want to try to be consistent in the strategy that I'm using. So that means even if I am a little rusty, or even if we do have stocks that we won on when we were uh, not paying attention to our strategy, we still want to be able to do it because we know that this is how we remain profitable. Um, so again, it surpassed this 87 cent right here, which is the 200 MA, and it held over the 200 MA. I was looking for a pullback. It came all the way up here to $1, and we know price likes to trade at half dollars and whole dollars. So I was buying the dip of the dollar. There is no prominent resistance at the dollar on the daily chart. So I was thinking it was going to be a quick dip to resumption. I was looking for the move up to 108. You know, a simple 10 cent a share would have gave me like 50 bucks on the trade. But I bought the dip right here, went up to $1, bought the dip at 94 right here, and I was expecting price to curl back up. But when the price came back down to near that 200 moving average, I figured that the trade was bad. And as you see, right here, there are about 2 minutes between when I traded or when I bought the stock to when I sold the stock. Just like I said, I know when I do trade and I see that I'm in a trade for more than 2 minutes and the trade isn't going my way, that the trade is going to be negative and I need to get out of it as soon as possible. And that's exactly what I did. And as you see, the trade did fall over. So I mitigated the loss on the account and I traded it. I thought it was good because I'm looking down here. I can see that MACD was turning positive during the part where I bought these stocks, but it was going to turn over right there when I sold this stock. So I'm glad I got out of it when I did. It's a small loss on the account, but nonetheless, we are going to try our best to stick to our strategies and are going to do our best to mitigate the risks and maximize the profits that we take. I hope you've enjoyed this recap of this trade that we have today. If you do, please don't be afraid to like and subscribe. And welcome to True Telos Trading. It does not feel good to take a loss, but as we know, as a trader, losses come with the territory. It's how we deal with the losses that determine what happens to us as traders. You know, you have to become a pretty good loser in this game. So I'm doing my best to stick to the strategies that we've created, doing my best to, like we said, mitigate risk and maximize profit when it comes to the stocks that we are trading, making sure that they are of high quality so that we can keep on raking in the profits from the strategies in our edge in the market. Again, if you have any questions for me, please do not be afraid to ask. As always, I'm an open book about everything. There are no secrets here. I hope you have enjoyed this recap, and I will see you all tomorrow.